technologies. He also provides consultation and assessment to Cisco's top clients for risk management and architectural solutions. He came on board Cisco with acquisition of SourceFire in 2014 and brings with him more than 17 years of experience in the security information industry. He is a professional engineer and a certified information system security professional. Our resource person for this afternoon is a technical solutions architect for cybersecurity from Cisco, no other than Brian Cotas. A big round of applause for him. Buti na lang ho, hindi nakapunta sa atin yung camera. Baka mamaya sabihin ng mga nanonood via live streaming, ano bang ginagawa ni Sir? Okay, sir.
Ito na. Test. Meron na yan, no? Good afternoon. Gising pa ba tayo lahat? Gising pa? Okay. So, I'm probably the 7th, 8th speaker of the day, no? And I've been in your shoes, a lot of times, no? So, there was this one time, no, true story. So, I was in a meeting, mga 2 hours meeting lang, no? 2 hours meeting. Hindi ko alam, naka-on pala yung camera ko, no? So, nung naka-on yung camera ko, in-screen capture ako ng opisina ko, ganyan na pala itsura ko, no? I know what you're feeling, no? So, they gave me around 1 hour to do the presentation, but I have compressed it, no? I just need around 30 minutes of your attention, no? Okay. So, I have a very short agenda. Sana umabot yung clicker ko. Ayun. So, short agenda. So, I wouldn't be discussing any products, no, of Cisco, no? What I will be discussing is Cisco Talos, that is our threat intelligence team, no? And then the broader threat landscape. Ano ba nangyayari ngayon in cybersecurity, no? Then, we're going to have a closer look at probably, I'd say, around 3 very successful na attacks, no? Recently, 1-2 years ago, no? We're going to look at dark utilities. Yan. Then REvil ransomware. And then Conti ransomware. And then the war in Ukraine, no? So the war in Ukraine, that's why it's very special to us, is that we've been around in Ukraine, no, as cybersecurity specialist, no, Cisco, for the past 6 years, no? And as you know, Russia invaded Ukraine. But before that happened, no, before the war actually came to sea, land, and air, it was actually cyber. So before any war, what we have observed now, and I'm not saying that this goes for any war, no? So at least in Ukraine, what we have observed is that before it goes to land, it's going to be cyber first, no? And then some recent business trends, no? Okay, so more on Talos. Talos is the threat intelligence of Cisco. No, not many of you actually know that we're probably the one of the biggest threat intelligence group globally. We are around 400 researchers, no? Day in, day out, what they do is to do cybersecurity. 400 threat researchers outside of any government agency. So tanggalin nyo muna yung US, China, Russia. Of course, they're bigger than us. No? They have a cybersecurity army. No? But outside of those, any government agency, we're one of the biggest. No? So we have different, that particular group is divided into different teams. No? So we have the threat intelligence and interdiction team. No? So they are the ones who does yung campaigns. No? What are the recent campaigns ngayon? Recent attacks, no? They do that day in, day out, no? Incident response. We have an incident response, no? This is yung, we do both proactive and reactive. So the incident response is that when you are compromised, you call somebody, right? And you can call us, no? So aside from doing that, we also have proactive services, meaning yung, we do threat hunting, compromise assessment, information on demand. Meaning, Brian, I think my company has been compromised. Can you look into our system and let me know if we are compromised already? Or can you check if this particular domain is in the dark web already? No? And that's our incident response team. We also have detection research, vulnerability research, and discovery team. No? So this one, in 2021, we discovered around 200 plus 0 days. No? Because of this particular team. Engineering and communications. Communications are the ones who does the blogs, no? And yung marketing for Cisco Talos, no? The differentiator for us is that we have this breadth and depth, no? So our data are actually coming off from our different technologies. We have endpoint, network, of course, no? Firewall, we have the cloud, we have DNS, no? And we inspect around 625 billion of web requests, no? Around 1.4 million plus of samples per day. That's how big we are. Our data set is, no? Because we have email, we have web, we have endpoint, we have firewall, no? And we are situated globally. So that is the breadth and depth of our threat research team. Now that's Talos. We now go to the very generic threat landscape. This is what we are facing. This is what we are facing right now, no? And we are not only faced with commodity malware, no? Yung mga typical malware, but we are also faced with state-sponsored attacks, no? So yung mga supply chain attacks that you are seeing in the wild. Supply chain is that so the bad actor would actually compromise yung mga updates ng isang vendor, no? And then, syempre, as customers, we get our updates from that particular vendor, and that's where the malware is, no? So I don't think any, it needs to be state-sponsored. I don't think any malware group would have that advanced technology, no? So drive-by downloads, botnets, crypto mining. So not only commodity malware, but also state-sponsored attacks, no? If you ask me, Brian, what is the most abused word in cybersecurity? For me, everyone was at the time, no? Everyone was so obsessed with 0 day. That's for me, no? but burning a 0 day is very expensive, no? So most of the guys or most of the things, most of the malwares that we've seen in the wild are actually targeting human beings, no? Because if I have your credentials already, then I don't need to burn a 0 day. 0 day is around what? How much? Yung Zerodium, which is a company, they buy 0 day, $300,000 US. I don't need to burn a 0 day, no? Just to attack, you know. The weakest chain in the league, and you will hear this from today until Thursday, probably. The weakest is always the human beings, no? But I would refuse to blame human beings, no? Because siyempre, nandiyan yung name a company na walang human beings. Everyone has employees, no? So we as security practitioners would need to enable those human beings. Let's not blame those human beings, no? The weakest chain in the link, no? So cybercrime is now an ecosystem. So don't think cybercrime is just I am a malware author, and then I will send out the payload directly to your PC. No? So that's not happening right now. No, it is an ecosystem already. You have a distribution group, you have the services group, and you have the monetization group. No, and this works very well. No, for everyone in the bad actor space. Why? Because if I am a malware author, create ako malware, no? May bibili sa akin. No? Now, kung paano nila gamitin yon, hands off na ako, di ba? So now, kung gamitin nila yon, don't blame me. I just created the malware, right? So it works for them. No, how do I now monetize that one? No, meron na akong botnet. Well, you have another street gang, no, that would look into monetization. Now, looking at crimeware as a service, no. So that's a good intro to my next slide, which is dark utilities, no. So let's now take a look at dark utilities, no. Dark utilities is a command and control as a service. It is a command and control as a service. Now, You buy this, and around 2021, it's just around mga 10 euros lang eh. 10 euros lang. So now, it has support via Telegram and Discord. It has authentication via Discord. No? So, looking into dark utilities, so when you have this one, you will have an admin panel. No? So, syempre, ito yung gagamitin mo na pang-attack. No? You need to know how many of my servers are actually up. No? So now it will give you this admin panel. So as you can see on the left, it's the country, node names, and different status. No? It now has an available payload. Yung payload is the actual attack, no? That you would devise, no? So now you do not know how to create an attack. You just need to download the payload, or the payload is available to you. And it is available in Linux, Windows, Android, and macOS. No? So hindi ko kailangan mag-create ng sarili kong payload. It's hard, no? You need to be a developer for that. Now, the payloads are actually hosted in IPFS. IPFS, it is parang yung Tor network. So it's very hard. It's very hard to take it down. No? So this makes sure that my payloads are available. Available yung attack ko. Kasi if I host it somewhere in the Philippines server, the AFP would probably go there and take it down. But if I host it everywhere na naka-Tor on your router, no, who would take it down? Who would know, no, kung nasaan siya, no? So it is in IPFS. IPFS is legal, no? You can use it. You have bot administration. So now I will now have a list of bots, no? Kung yung PC nyo successfully, I was able to install the bot. You will now have a list. You have the operating system, no? And the CPU. The CPU is important for crypto mining kasi, because if you're going to get yung mining information from, no, if you're going to get resources for your mining operation, for your crypto mining operation, you need a CPU, right? So you have the list of usage there of the CPU. On the right is the layer 4 and layer 7 DDoS. No? So if you want to attack a particular URL, IP address, you just need to put in the IP address and click attack. No? And sino mag-attack? Siyempre yung mga botnets na in-install mo. No? It has an interactive PowerShell. So meaning, if I wanted to control yung device ko, device na na-hack ko, the PowerShell is right at the web GUI already. No? So, interactive PowerShell. Again, dun sa baba, sinasabi dito na nung author nito is that it's between you and your government. Don't blame me. I created this tool. It's really now up to you kung paano. Kung mahuli ka, ikaw yan. Hindi ako yan, di ba? So, I just created the tool. No? So, merong gano'n. No? So that's C2 as a service. No? Next is we go down to REvil. The REvil ransomware. I'd say one of the top contenders for the top ransomware for at least for the last 2 years. No, ransomware. If some of you don't know, ransomware is that I will infect your PC. It will encrypt all your files. Your operating system is running. Gumagana pa. But say goodbye to your files. Wala na yung files mo. If you want the file, you need the key. You need the private key. I hold the private key. Buy it from me. I will give you, get back your files. That's ransomware. No, quickly. No. So it has affiliates, and most probably it is coming off from a country in Europe. No, because it targets all of the countries except Russia. So I've seen a lot of this malware happening already, no? Because if I were to create a malware, I will now try to infect everyone except from the Philippines, no? Because madali akong mahuli dito sa Philippines, no? The laws govern me sa Pilipinas, no? So now, pag nakita nila na I am the malware author, then the PNP, AFP would be at my doorstep already, no? But not unlike in other countries, use it, di ba? I mean, mahirapan silang hulihin ako, no? It is a ransomware as a service again, no? Meaning, I created REvil, you use it, may na-infect ka, hati tayo sa binayad niya. No? So it is a ransomware as a service already. No? It is very successful. So how does REvil take control of your system? No? Closer look on how it goes. No? So again, it's ransomware. Meaning it encrypts your files and your data. It encrypts, no? But if you break it down, kung hulaan nyo, kung pang ilang step yung encryption, out of the 10 steps, it's actually number 8. No? Sa dulo pa niya, ini-encrypt yung file mo. So now, take a look at what is step 1. It creates a mutex. Yung mutex is that it checks if a particular software is already running. You open your Outlook, nakabukas na, di ba? Open your Outlook again, it will not open another instance, right? Because alam ng PC na naka-open na yung Outlook mo. Di ba? How? Via mutex. No? So it creates that para yung isang instance ng REvil lang ang nagra-run sa system ko. Then, it establishes persistence. Meaning, persistence is that if I reboot my PC, nandun pa rin yung ransomware. Di ba? It does that via changing the registry keys. No? Then, it stops processes, any process that would try to impede my activity. No? File integrity ng Windows, hindi ng vendor, no? File integrity ng Windows, certificate checking ng Windows or any application that will now stop my activity. It will stop it. It will now start to delete backups, as every ransomware would do, no? It will now disabling Windows recovery, no? Because you can reboot and recover from yung operating system, diba? Pag ni-reboot mo, recovery mode, no? So it will disable that. Next is it will change your firewall rules. Why? So that I can infect yung mga kasubnet mo sa network, no? So now, I will now disable those firewall rules and then contact my command and control server. Command and control, I need to download the key, the private key, kung ano gagamitin ko pa encrypt. And then that's the time that it will now start to encrypt the file. No? After encrypting the file, it will now create the ransom note and it will now change your desktop wallpaper, and this is what it will look like. No? So REvil is one of the more successful ransomware as a service we've seen in the wild. No? Whoever did this, I mean, hats off to them. No? They're very effective. No? So that's REvil. Next is we go into Conti. So few slides on Conti. Conti ransomware. So the US actually released a reward for the creators of the Conti ransomware. $10 million. Give me information. We need to bring this down. No, that's the US Department. No. That I'll just probably share to you yung difference ng nitong Conti ransomware, no. The main difference of the Conti ransomware is its speed. Speed in encrypting your files. Because yung step 8 kanina, when it encrypts your files, babagal yung PC nyo. Pag bumagal yung PC nyo, mapapansin nyo. 'Di ba? Ba't mabagal to? Then you'll report it, no? But Conti, they discovered a pattern, no, to encrypt your files very, very fast, no, super fast, and that's how they became very effective, no. The reward is around mga $10 million. They invented double extortion. What is double extortion? Now, what is the #1 defense against ransomware? It's actually backup. If you have a backup, encrypt my files, I don't care. I will just I have my files already, diba? But ang ginawa nila is that double extortion. Yes, you may have your backup, but I have your files. I will now put it in my website. Now you need to pay me para hindi ko i-display globally yung data mo. That's double extortion, no? And that's something na they have created and they have influence, no? So may influence sila doon sa mga ibang ransomware activities or ransomware gangs, no? Actually, different ransomware gangs would look up to them, no? This Conti ransomware. And a lot of the ransomware gangs has ginaya yung double extortion. That's why, if you can see, there are different data leaks na websites already. if vendors has alliances, so does the bad guys. No, they have alliances. No, we Cisco, we probably would work with any of these great vendors that are here. No, competitors or not. No, so we have our alliances. No, but the bad guys would always have their own alliances. No, Conti has this connection with Maze ransomware. Maze copied the faster encryption that Conti had, no? And then Lockbit, the managers of Lockbit ransomware and Conti ransomware were actually connecting, no? But they didn't agree on the terms. Ragnar, they copied some of the ransomware notes from Conti, no? So that is Conti ransomware. Next is we go down to the Talos and Ukraine. No, so we've been providing, Cisco Talos has been providing help, no, to Ukraine even before the invasion. So we are in partnership with Cyber Police and the different affiliates of Ukraine. No, we've been there for around 6 years already. No, in the region. No? So we have boots on the ground. We know what's happening there. No, these were the strategic goals of Russia. No, so why attack cyber first before going to war? No, well, basically it's very simple. No, first is to undermine the ability to defend and support. No, so if you have observed before the war, there were some attacks on the grid of Ukraine already. No, that is to cause dissent and disruption, and also gather information. No, what we've seen is a multitude of misinformation that Russia has been doing in Ukraine, and this is how what they did. No, ito yung mga attacks nila. They did defacement. They did wiper attacks. DDoS attacks, of course, no. BGP manipulation, and we observe an increase in cadence immediately before the actual invasion. What's special about this cyber warfare, no? Because imagine the war is between Russia and Ukraine, no? But what we were not really expecting was how the world got involved in this war. No? Because when Conti is a ransomware gang, no, that is in affiliation with Russia, no. So now Conti started to attack Western countries because the Western countries were actually helping Ukraine. So imagine Russia and Ukraine lang dapat, but then again the cyber warfare got up, no. And then in retaliation, there is a IT army of Ukraine and Anonymous actually starting to attack Russia. No, I think these were the developments that has developed. No, that we weren't expecting. We thought that it's actually just Russia and Ukraine, but now in cyber world, there's no wala nang boundaries. No, we're not talking about boundaries already. No. All right, so this is what we're facing. This is what we have observed: 358% increase in malware, and around 435% increase in ransomware. That is what our data is showing to us. No, so now that is the cybersecurity side of it. No, so just one slide. I would like to tell you or share to you the business trends. No, just one slide. We interviewed 300,000 of our customers. Let's talk about the business trends. Why is it important? Because the business trends will now push each and every organization to follow. Because each and every organization needs to improve and needs to compete. So now I need to digitize. No? So now, if I need to digitize, what are the trends? No? Because at the end of the day, we're going to combine those particular business trends to cybersecurity. Diba? So, 3 trends only. Businesses are competing as ecosystems right now. Meaning, if I have a business, it is very critical for me to compete together with my partners. So one of the automakers here in the region, one of their partners got compromised. When they got compromised, they needed to stop operations. Sino na compromise? Yung partner ko. But this one is a multi-billion-dollar car company. They need to stop operations just because their partner was compromised. No? So now, that automaker is actually competing as an ecosystem already. Together with my partner, I am competing with my competitors. No? So now, going to cybersecurity, ano yung pinush nito? This one actually pushed bigger companies to evaluate not only their risk, but also their partners. Imagine that. So now, as a company, evaluate ko risk ko, di ba? Kung ano yung accepted risk ko, ano yung mga threats ko. But not only that, companies were pushed to also evaluate yung mga risk factors ng kanino ko makipag-partner. Correct, sir. Second is everyone is an insider, meaning not only my employees has access to my applications, but also my consultants, also my third-party partners, and everyone now I've opened up my applications and data to basically everybody. This has pushed the idea of zero trust. You will be hearing zero trust probably every day. No, zero trust. Okay, this has pushed zero trust because now everyone has an access to my data. Next is hybrid work is here to stay. Now, this has pushed for an integrated security architecture. Meaning, hybrid work, I will now provide you, sir, an access to my data center. That is access. But together with that particular access, it needs to have security. So, wag mo nang paghiwalayin ngayon yung network and yung security. It needs to go together. Because before, I am actually working sa loob ng office ko. Now, I am working at home. You lost practically all of the controls you have. Diba? Meaning, secure connection. Secure access to the web. Diba? So, paano mo ngayon monitor na yung ina-access niya are actually not malware sites, no? If that particular user connects to my infrastructure, how do I now verify na siya ngayon? Because before, pumasok ako sa building, I have this ID, alam ko na siya yon. But now, how do I know that that's actually Brian? So you lost that particular control, the identity already, no? So that has pushed for an integrated system. No, last slide. So what can you do? I will not be discussing everything, no? But probably just the first one. Everything that you know you're supposed to be doing is what you should do. Return to the basics. What do I mean? Do backups. Do disaster recovery, but test your disaster recovery. No? Do segmentation. And check your logging. So it's nothing really very special, but all of the basics, it just needs to be there. No? So that is my last slide. Thank you for listening. Mabot ba ang 30? Sumobra. Ha?
Thank you, Sir Brian.
Thank you, Sir Brian. Para at least medyo makapahinga ka naman while there are actually, since we will be having our question and answer portion, we'll be inviting you to come over on stage. Okay, taka po, sir. Can we take that, sit, sir? Okay. So I think maring may mga katanungan talaga tayo ngayon online. So do we have already some online questions? Again po, he's actually the last speaker for this afternoon. Baka hindi na kayo hesitant kayo magtanong. You could actually throw your question. It's already, sabi nga natin, let's call it a day na. However, by tomorrow, looking forward seeing you again by tomorrow. So do we have already our online questions? Can we see the online questions? So tamang-tama talaga yung sinabi ni Sir. Lagi naman talaga tayo, totoo naman, no, Sir? We have to always go back to the basic. The last one you have mentioned. Parang nawawala na yung partner ko na speechless ka. Kasi ano naman, well-versed yung pagkaka-deliver niya. Halos almost nalaga naman na-touch din yung ibang mga parts. Kanina yung mga sinasabi niyang ibang part din na sinabi rin na nung ano natin. Do we have any questions so far? Wala pa. Okay, ayan po. Ang ating pong masipag na tagapagtanong sa
Just
hapong
to,
ito.
Mahirap tanong niya.
Just to keep the ball rolling. No? So, well, basically, internet was built kasi sa trust eh. Yun yung ano eh. Kasi somebody from the US, my colleagues sa London, di ba? Yun yung ano. And doon din nangyari yung first hacking talaga in history. Kasi wala siya sa bahay. Sige, you can access my file and then get yung file na need mo. So actually, but basically, internet was built on trust. And now, because of this, yung mga masasamang loob, so to speak, ng mga bad actors, yung trust ginagawa na ngang zero. So, ibig sabihin, and the pandemic made us realize that things will never be the same. Kasi nakita na kung paano dalhin ni technology or yung effect ni technology sa buhay natin. I think tatatak na yon for the next few years.
Agree.
For the coming years.
Agree.
Now, with that in mind, so marami na multi-factor authentication, di ba? Ang dami na nating facial recognition. Ang dami nang nagiging multifaceted na yung threats. Ang dami ng attack vectors. Yung social engineering, talagang nag-mutate lang talaga eh. Mas lalong gumaganda na yung social engineering ngayon. Now, being sir a information systems security practitioner, ano sa tingin mo, tingnan natin yung ano na, kasi in my own personal opinion, hindi to opinion ng organization ko, just to keep the level. Parang kasi yung law natin ng cybersecurity, parang medyo, yung ngipin niya medyo mapurol. So minsan kasi what typically happens is that pag ginamit mo yung cyber to commit theft, for example, ang major na kaso mo is theft. Tapos additional kaso mo yung anti-cybercrime law.
Yeah.
Ganun ang nangyari. But yung major offense is theft, hindi yung ano. Okay. Now, yung crimes kasi on cyber, yung crimes sa cyber is hindi lang minsan or most of the time hindi lang siya financially na minsan emotionally. Yun yung yung stress na dinudulot na halimbawa, yung alam naman natin yan, di ba? Yung nude pictures, ginagawa extortion.
Yeah.
And yet parang hino-hold ka pa rin even if after couple of years yung trauma nandun pa rin. So and ito lang naman inaano natin kasi we have friends from other part of the government and private sector which lahat po tayo may mga congressman po tayo na nagre-represent sa atin. So siguro it's high time na yung kasi ito na yung tinignan natin. The war on cyber is ongoing yon. Hindi yon humihinto. Hindi lang siguro alam ng karamihan pero tuloy-tuloy po yan. Tuloy-tuloy po yan. And it will go on and go. Ngayon, yun sir, ano kaya yung mga sa tingin mo dapat nilalabi natin sa mga politicians natin na para maging concrete yung or maging behave tayo sa cyberspace. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yun sir, yun lang.
Ay sir, thank you sir. So I would definitely agree, no. Whatever laws we have right now, it's not efficient. No, it's not efficient. Something needs to change really, and someone needs to lead that particular change, no. I think for me, if we were to start something, this is on my personal, not Cisco, we need to start with the proper definition of terms. We need to start with a proper definition of terms. Because if we have defined what is hacking, what is cybersecurity, what is legal and what is not, what is the intent, and how do you measure kung ilan years yan sa prison, kung ilan, whatever. if we start with the proper definition, that's where everything will just move. Then that's just for me. Start with the proper definition of terms. And someone really needs to look at this already.
And I think in addition with what you are saying, sir, it's really that being knowledgeable of the crop, because there are other politicians who just wanted to present something which is actually good for the eyes of the community, where in fact, if we're gonna dig it up, there's something lacking on those kind of laws.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Kaya talaga ho, pag botohan, lagi tayo maging mabusisi. Diba? Kasi minsan yan yung mga ating mga politiko nagpe-presentar ng mga kung ano nung bagay na akala natin napakaganda. Pero pag when we actually dig it up, kayin nating mabuti, di ba, sir?
Yeah.
Kasi they themselves doesn't have that much knowledge about the matter. So maybe they have to ask some experts as well before doing those kinds of law.
Yeah. Correct.
So, thank you, sir. No? Maganda yung sinabi mo. Actually, yung sagot ni sir is a prelude sa mangyayari bukas. Kasi we have invited the ICT to give us an update on the National Cybersecurity Plan 2022 to 2028.
Nice.
And part of crafting that plan is magiging role ng AFP. For example, we've created our cyber group. That's part of the previous National Cybersecurity Plan. And, even before that plan, we are already protecting the network. We do not claim that perfect yung execution namin, pero parang, syempre, pa rin kami. Kulang pa. We need more. We need more training, resources, time to sharpen the sword. But ang lang doon is sana maging part ng National Cybersecurity Plan natin, no? And yun nga, na-mention din ni Sir kanina that cyber has wala siyang boundary. Okay? So boundary. How do we attribute an offense committed on a different state or different country? So yun yung so very complex na, di ba? Nagiging complex na kasi kaya in-invite din namin yung Department of Foreign Affairs kasi what is the stand if the Philippines will be attacked by state-sponsored DDoS attack. Halimbawa, si Country X. So magiging involved na rin ang DFA dito. So ganun na siya ka-complex ang cyber warfare. So yun lang. I would just like to get everybody on board because this is something I think the future of the country, siguro more or less agriculture. Siguro mga nasa 35% siguro. Kung if we have a secured cyberspace, I think maganda tayo kasi titignan mo yung yung nangyari nga sa Russia and Ukraine, no. So even before mag-start yung war, months before yung and I personally is monitoring something. So baka magkaroon ng flashpoint within our area, mukhang malapit na. So but nonetheless, sinusubaybayan namin, sana naman wag kasi yun nga but yung continuous kasi sir nakita
never ending, sir. Never ending.
Very very so yun lang. So this is a prelude of what we're going to have our guests tomorrow. We have invited yung legal advisor ng Dutch Cyber Command. So he'll be joining online from Amsterdam para mabigyan rin tayo ng how do they operate or how they are organized and what their laws provides them to do cyber operations. Kasi gusto rin natin na mag-mature din tayo as katulad ng ganun. Maraming Pilipino ang magaling sa kaya lang kulang lang ng exposure, kulang lang ng opportunity, so to speak. But I think this is something that we can excel on. Personally, I believe that.
Yeah.
So yan. Sir, maraming salamat ulit.
Thank you din, sir.
Wala kasing tatanong.
Oo.
So I think
Wala, nakatulog na sila.
wala na yata questions for the topic we had. Tama naman talaga rin si Lieutenant Commander Bilbao na yung atin po ngayon, hindi man tayo siguro ginegera physically as in the real war. However, the cyber war is ongoing na rin naman talaga. The simple attacks happening sa mga banks na lang, we could consider that as a way of para maano tayo ma-destabilize, di ba?
Disruption.
Okay? So, meron po ba sa atin mga baka gusto may humabol sa ating mga kasabag nandito ngayon ka-partner? Kung wala man po, wala na po ba?
Tanong na po tayo, or forever hold your peace.
Yun nga naman. Baka bukas. So, looking forward to be with us by tomorrow since we have preluded actually, Lieutenant Commander Bilbao has already presented us the preluded activities that we will have for tomorrow. And I think that's really very interesting. But that it's all for the benefit of everyone. Lalong-lalo na we have from the DICT who could actually answer us more of the queries that we have in mind. And especially we will have a guest from different countries of their best practices or what could be the losses that we could actually prevent to happen with us as well here in the Philippines. So with that, since we don't have any questions so far, we would like to thank Sir Brian for gracing
Thank
this
you.
afternoon and sharing your knowledge
Thank you.
about the Talos threat intelligence on current threat landscape.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir. And once again, good afternoon, everyone. And we would like to thank everyone for being with us this afternoon. Again, my name is Jay.
My name is Michi.
And looking forward to see you by tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a great afternoon. Keep safe po sa pag-uwi. Magandang buhay po sa ating lahat. Okay.